You felt it before? That moment when everything clicks and you're playing like you've never played before. Time slows down. Every touch is perfect. Every decision is instant. You're not thinking. You're just being. But then it's gone and you're left wondering how to get back to that place. What if I told you that feeling isn't random? That the world's best players have learned to flip that switch whenever they need it most? What you experienced wasn't luck or coincidence. It was your performance alter ego taking control. This is the secret that separates good players from legends. The mental transformation that turns ordinary athletes into absolute monsters on the field. Today, you're going to discover exactly how the psychological switch works, and more importantly, how to access it whenever you need it most. By the end of this video, you'll have the tools to create your own performance identity that can dominate any match, any pressure situation, any moment that matters. Before we dive into the science behind this transformation, make sure to hit that subscribe button and smash that like button if you're ready to unlock your own alter ego. The alter ego isn't just some mystical concept, it's rooted in solid psychology. When elite athletes access their performance identity, their brain literally changes state. The prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for overthinking and self-doubt, quiets down. Meanwhile, the motor cortex and basal ganglia, which control automatic movement and learned skills, become hyperactive. This creates what researchers call a flow state, where conscious thought gives way to pure instinct and trained muscle memory. Here's the key connection you need to understand. Your alter ego and flow state work together like a perfect team. Think of it like this. Your alter ego is the ignition, and flow state is the cruise mode. You flip the switch with your alter ego so you can enter that confident mindset. Then once you're deep into the game, you slide into flow and play naturally. Your alter ego gets you started, gives you that initial boost of confidence and intensity, but flow state is where you stay for the majority of your best performances. But here's what most people don't understand. This isn't something that just happens to you, it's something you can train. The brain's neuroplasticity means you can literally rewire your neural pathways to access this state more easily. When you repeatedly practice entering your performance identity, you're creating stronger neural connections that make the switch faster and more reliable. The most interesting part is how this affects your stress response. Instead of cortisol flooding your system and creating anxiety, your alter ego actually uses pressure as fuel. Your heart rate might increase, but it becomes controlled power rather than nervous energy. Your breathing deepens naturally. Your focus narrows to exactly what matters most. This is why some players seem to get better under pressure while others crumble. Most players make critical errors when trying to develop their alter ego, and these mistakes can actually make their performance worse. First, let's clarify what an alter ego actually is. It's an identity shift, a deliberate mindset switch where you step into a new version of yourself, someone more fearless, dominant, and aggressive. This is often built on a persona, like telling yourself, on the pitch, I'm not just my regular self, I'm a killer, a beast, a leader. Think of how Kobe Bryant became the Black Mamba, or how Beyoncé transforms into Sasha Fierce. The purpose is to leave behind fear, doubt, and hesitation. But here's the biggest mistake players make. They confuse having an alter ego with having a blatant ego. Your performance identity isn't about thinking you're better than everyone else or being arrogant toward teammates. It's not about refusing to pass when necessary or creating problems in the locker room. A true alter ego makes you a better teammate, not a worse one. You become more confident in your abilities, but you're still playing for the team's success. The second major error is trying to force the transformation. You can't just decide to be intense and expect it to work. True alter ego development requires patience and gradual cultivation. It's like building muscle. You start small and progressively overload your mental capacity over time. Another common mistake is copying someone else's performance identity. You might see a player who gets psyched up by screaming and think that's what you need to do. But if that doesn't align with your natural personality, it will feel fake and actually increase your anxiety. Your alter ego needs to be authentically yours, even if it's different from your everyday self. Many players also neglect the gradual building process. They expect to flip the switch perfectly in a championship game without ever practicing it in training. Your alter ego needs to be developed in low-pressure situations first, then gradually tested in more challenging environments. You wouldn't try a new skill move for the first time in a final, so why would you try a new mental state? When a player truly flips the switch, everything about them changes in subtle but powerful ways. Physically, their posture straightens and becomes more grounded. Their breathing shifts from shallow chest breathing to deep diaphragmatic breathing. Their movements become more fluid and decisive. There's no wasted energy or unnecessary tension. Every action has purpose and precision. Mentally, the transformation is even more dramatic. Our self-doubt disappears completely. The inner critic that usually comments on every mistake goes silent. Fear of failure transforms into excitement for challenge. The player becomes completely present, unable to think about past mistakes or future consequences. They exist only in the current moment, responding to what's happening right now. Decision-making becomes instantaneous and intuitive. Instead of analyzing options, they trust their trained instincts. This is why players in this state often make incredible plays that seem impossible to plan. They're not planning. They're reacting with the full power of their subconscious mind and years of training. The behavioral changes are what opponents notice most. The player's body language radiates confidence and determination. They make more eye contact. They occupy space differently, seeming bigger and more imposing. Their communication becomes more direct and purposeful. They start to affect the energy of their entire team, elevating everyone around them. Creating your performance alter ego starts with identifying who you become at your absolute best. Think back to your greatest performances and analyze what was different about you. How did you carry yourself? What was your internal dialogue like? How did you interact with teammates and opponents? This isn't about creating a fake persona. It's about amplifying the best version of yourself. Next, you need to develop specific triggers that activate the state. These could be physical cues like adjusting your shirt or taking 3 deep breaths. They could be mental phrases you repeat to yourself. Some players use visualization, imagining themselves transforming into their performance identity. The key is consistency. Use the same triggers every time so your brain learns to associate them with the desired state. Visualization is crucial for strengthening your alter ego. Spend time mentally rehearsing not just what you'll do, but who you'll be during pressure moments. See yourself moving with confidence, making decisions without hesitation, and performing at your peak. Make these visualizations as vivid as possible, including all your senses. The more real it feels in your mind, the more accessible it becomes on the field. Physical rituals can also support your transformation. This might be a specific warm-up routine, a particular way of putting on your gear, or even a pre-game meal. These rituals serve as bridges between your everyday self and your performance identity. They signal to your brain that it's time to shift into a different mode of being. Like any skill, accessing your alter ego requires deliberate practice. Start in training sessions where the pressure is manageable. Practice entering your performance state before simple drills or scrimmages. Focus on consistency rather than intensity. You want to build the neural pathway gradually. As you become more comfortable with the switch, gradually expose yourself to higher pressure situations. Practice it during competitive training sessions, then in less important games, before finally relying on it in crucial moments. Each successful experience strengthens the neural connection and makes future access easier. The key is learning to maintain your performance identity throughout an entire match, not just in isolated moments. This requires stamina, mental stamina. Just like physical conditioning, you need to build your capacity to stay in this heightened state for extended periods. Practice extending the duration gradually and always have a plan for refreshing your focus during breaks in play. The ability to flip the switch and dominate when it matters most isn't reserved for elite athletes. It's a skill that anyone can develop with the right approach. By understanding the science behind performance states, avoiding common mistakes, and systematically building your own alter ego, you can access that feeling of playing beyond your normal limits whenever you need it. Remember, this isn't about becoming someone you're not. It's about becoming the absolute best version of who you already are. Your alter ego is already inside you, waiting to be unleashed. It's that part of you that plays without fear, without doubt, and without limits. If this video helped you understand how to unlock your performance potential, make sure to subscribe for more mental game content. Drop a comment below and let me know what topics you'd like me to cover next. Until next time, keep training that switch, and remember, the monster you need to become is already inside you. But most importantly, enjoy the beautiful game.